The last of American troops have fled the war-torn nation of Afghanistan, leaving a gargantuan arsenal of weapons and military equipment for the Taliban to lay their hands upon. At the same time, the Taliban has once again reiterated that it doesn't acknowledge the existence of the Durand line, sending shivers down Pakistan's spine. Islamabad has been begging the Taliban to meet halfway and accept the border. However, with ambitions of creating an Islamic emirate, the Taliban is aiming to take over Pakistan. With the US having helped the Taliban generously by gifting the arms and ammunition, the Taliban is preparing itself to launch an offense on Pakistan soon. Hi and welcome, this is TFI English, the National Socio-Political Analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I'm your host Atul Mishra, and in this video, I will tell you how Pakistan, who celebrated the USA's Afghan exit, faces a Taliban armed with US weaponry as tensions flare on the legitimacy of the Durand line. Let's begin. America's failed war of 20 years against the Taliban in Afghanistan came to an end yesterday, that is August 30, as Chris Donahue, the commander of the 82nd Airborne Division, stepped into the C-17 aircraft and returned to the US. Pakistan, the neighboring country of Afghanistan that had a major role in keeping the Taliban active all these years, was seemingly gleeful witnessing the exit of American troops. However, contrary to the rosy dreams that Pakistani leaders have harbored of the Taliban helping them to snatch Kashmir and assert dominance in the subcontinent, the terror outfit is instead planning to come after the Islamic country. The clock has started ticking as Taliban spokesperson Zabihullah Mujahid expressed concern about Pakistan fencing its border, that is the Durand line, with Afghanistan, saying that the Taliban had not agreed to it. Despite pressure from Islamabad, the Taliban has never accepted the Durand line. Earlier, the Taliban could not have gone against Pakistan on an outright offense, but with American troops leaving over $85 billion worth of military equipment in the hands of the terrorist outfit, courtesy of a haphazard exit planned by none other than the US President Joe Biden, Pakistan is said to be at the receiving end of the gun barrel. Former US Navy reservist Jim Banks had remarked that the military equipment left behind includes 75,000 vehicles, 200 aeroplanes and helicopters, and 600,000 small arms and light weapons. He also stated that the Taliban now has more Black Hawk helicopters than 85% of the world. With such a mighty arsenal in its bag, the Taliban can easily put Pakistan in its place if it tries to aggressively push for the legitimacy of the Durand line. Several videos of Talibani terrorists taking over Kabul airport, clad in full American military clothing, and examining the state of abandoned helicopters moments after US troops fled the country, have gone viral on social media platforms. Democrat lapdog CNN was also forced to put out a tweet with a video caption following the complete withdrawal of US troops from Afghanistan. Video shows Taliban fighters entering a hangar at the Kabul airport and examining what was left behind by the US military. Other videos show the Taliban flying the sophisticated Black Hawk helicopters and using them to inflict their sadistic punishments on the common populace of Afghanistan. While Pakistan's government and its top parties continue to serenade the Afghan Taliban, another monster in its backyard has started making the lives of ordinary Pakistanis difficult. The Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan (TTP), also referred to in the media as the Pakistani Taliban, which has fashioned itself on the lines of Afghan Taliban but is essentially anti-Pakistan in its stance, has also repeatedly refused to acknowledge the Durand line. As reported by TFI, while Pakistan believes that the Taliban is its ally, the terror outfit covertly supports the TTP fighters as well. In early March, the Taliban ambushed Afghan security forces in Khost province, destroying a convoy. While it was nothing out of the ordinary in a conflict-ridden Afghanistan, the episode was noteworthy because it seemed to involve terrorists from the TTP. The Afghan Taliban officially claimed the attack. However, when the publication contacted Taliban spokesman Zabihullah Mujahid, he neither confirmed nor denied the involvement of TTP. The Taliban has in the past denied that it hosts foreign fighters, but when asked about it, Mujahid would neither confirm nor deny the presence of TTP members in Taliban-controlled areas of Afghanistan. The covert backing of the Afghan Taliban to TTP can be a double whammy for Pakistan. It is trying to fiddle with a highly volatile terrorist outfit whose aims and goals are eventually tied down to the destruction of borders and communities. Both Afghan Taliban and TTP want to erase the existence of the Durand line and that can only happen when Pakistan is erased from the map. The Taliban wants an Islamic Emirate, and Pakistan will have to be eventually assimilated in that. An interesting exchange between Taliban leader Mullah Muhammad Omar and retired Pakistan general turned politician Nasrullah Babar depicts the reality of the situation and how Pakistan is on the back foot. Over a meal, Babar asked Omar if the latter recognized the Durand line. All problems would be resolved. Omar took serious offense at his guest's unsolicited advice and, going against the grain of the Pashtun code of honor, shouted at Babar to stop eating and leave the place at once, calling Babar, who was an ethnic Pashtun, a traitor. Reported extensively by TFI, TTP has mounted an unprecedented offensive against the Pakistani state and its armed forces. Afghanistan's current acting president Amrullah Saleh has also warned Pakistan that if it continues to provide support to the Taliban, then it has to pay a very high price. Islamabad has already refused to allow Americans to set camp within its borders to keep the Afghan Taliban in check. With a power vacuum in the region, both the Afghan Taliban and Pakistan Taliban would certainly ensure that Pakistan is the ultimate loser in the conflict. Add to it the sophisticated machinery they have got their hands upon, and Pakistan will not be able to defend itself either.